Hi, my name is Lorrie. Welcome to my channel, We Are Quilters. If you're new here, I am glad that you stopped by. This week, I have been working on partially assembling some pieces. I added the flying geese from Wednesday to the little stars, and I did do the two sides. So on Wednesday, we are putting the final top all together based on, at least I'm putting it together based on my layout. Some of you may have changed up the layout or swapped out some blocks. Some of these blocks were, I'll admit, more challenging than I thought they would be. But it's all good. So on Wednesday, we finish that quilt. I love this quilt, but it is between my shirt and that quilt, it is very busy. So I'm going to move the camera so that it's a little less busy while I talk. Hang on. I know that this is not a whole lot less busy because I love to have the things that inspire me all around me. I know that some people can't handle that kind of cluttery thing, but that inspires me. If something is so sparse and neat and tidy, I'm not inspired. So I thrive in the clutter. So you're looking at production schedule. Yeah, it's a calendar. My husband laughs when I say it's a production schedule. And Barbie dolls and embroidery machine. You're seeing all kinds of things. My snow globe collection from many years ago back there behind me. You're seeing lots of stuff all around me. So now that you've seen the almost the end of the Patriotic Block series, let me just say that next Friday, I will be talking all about the study in Scarlet as a surprise. Hang on a second. Let me turn on another light so I look less like I'm in a horror film. That's a little bright. Be glad I'm not wearing glasses. You'd be seeing the ring light because I'm sure I'll be seeing it for quite a while. So next Friday, we're going to talk all about a study in Scarlet. Just when blocks will come out and those sorts of things. And I'll post the coloring sheet that goes with it as a printable PDF, all that kind of stuff next Friday. Last week, I said I would talk about collector's tins because we were talking about, I was talking about the little sewing kits, the one that looks like an iron and the one that looks like a great big button. And then I got on the subject of tins. And over the years, Dan has bought me lots of Singer collector tins. I didn't realize how many there were. Normally I show my face for this whole video, but I'm going to show some of the tins and talk about them as a voiceover so that it's easier to edit. As I'm filming this, you can hear my husband up there clunking around on the roof. He's cleaning out the gutters today, so I'm not going to discourage that. This is one of my favorite Singer boxes because it's like a purse. It has a completely hinged lid and a clasp, like a little purse. This one is just a plain Singer box, made in China, of course. Trademarked the Singer Company, but made in China by Bristol Ware. I have the treadle machine, but mine does not have the fancy drawers. Mine was a more basic model. This one, you can hear that there's something in it. It was up on the shelf. It's got the nice handle and the fancy lid. And my friend, one year, we used to joke about Weebles wobble, but they can fall down. And so for Easter, she got me a lamb Weeble and a chick Weeble. And I have stashed them away, didn't even realize they were in there. But another cute Singer box. And I love this black with the foil letters and decorations. And this one, this is the last one of the Singer boxes. This one has wheels that turn, and it has two parts. The front part comes off, and it's a little tiny box, and then the main part opens into, oh, I still have water in there from when I washed it. I need to dry that out before I put that away. So you can see that it's a little truck, and the wheels do turn. Very cute collectible tin. Also by the same Bristol company. This box was given to me by my sister inside an old sewing box, and it is loaded with old buttons too. And this box, I had forgotten about this. It says Tiny Tim on it. It was my great Aunt Bets's. She was a great sewer. I had forgotten about all this rickrack that I've hidden away in there. Oh wait, that's going to come up on a Monday. This box is a more modern box. It is a collector's Snickers tin you see from 1998. It has the 12 Days of Christmas on it. Each side features different parts of the song. And even though Christmas is a rough season for me, I love the 12 Days of Christmas. And inside this box, I have stashed template shapes of all different kinds and some wire. I have no idea why that's in there. This box is in rough shape. It was my grandmother's also, and it is full of buttons. I don't want to forget about my favorite two tins. They were my grandmother's button boxes. This was my grandmother's favorite button box. It had a fruitcake in it. She never tired of telling us it was the best fruitcake in the world. This one was a cookie tin, and it was full of all kinds. You'll notice some sharp objects in there too. She didn't just keep buttons in there. There's the Sunshine Cookie Company or bakery label. I decided to clean out some of the sharp things with a magnet. Yikes! Which leads me to Monday's upskill lesson is all about adding buttons. Just a little simple thing to do as we get ready for Thanksgiving. And I know some of you love to cook and may not have as much time to sew. My sister is the sister that cooks, so we are going to her house in Delaware. And when I get there, I will get to be the sister that sews because I need to fix my great niece's doll that needs leg transplants. So I will get to be the sister that sews. They don't expect me to become the sister that cooks. I'll get to stir the gravy. That's all I'll get to do. I found this. We were stopping by Dollar Tree looking for something that I saw on the internet. And of course, the Dollar Tree I was at either didn't have it or it's well hidden. So eventually I will find the thing I was looking for. But in the meantime, I found this paint craft box. That's what the label said, that it was for paint crafts. So it is a very nice, thin, see-through box. You can see what you're working on. This would be great for beading. I've added a piece of felt to it. And I think that when I am doing something with the crazy blocks, I will use it as a backdrop because I can keep everything in it. Nothing's going to roll around, and it's easy to carry along. So I've got my $1.25 box, and it snaps shut fairly well. So I'm going to give this a try for some of the stuff that we do for embellishments. When we came back to West Virginia, over the months, we come back, I drop stuff off, and it starts to pile up. So my cutting table was looking a lot like this. What a nightmare. I had like a little tiny spot to cut. The whole tabletop is covered with a big, huge cutting mat. So I needed to work on something. In Michigan, I would sit at the table and I would pull my little square blocks from right there in front of me. And I couldn't even get to the little square blocks because I had this bulletin board hanging down, covering up the cluttery mess inside. So I moved the bulletin board over in front of the AccuQuilt dies, in front of the bigger ones. I don't need to access those all the time. So I moved it out of the way for right now. It might get eliminated. That would make me sad, but it might. You never know. And now I straightened out the cutters and put them in this lovely Grinchy mug. I know. The Grinch makes me happy because he's kind of grumpy, but he has a big heart. So I love the Grinch. I've always loved the Grinch. So I put all my cutters in the Grinch mug, and because I'm pretty sure I shouldn't be drinking that much coffee. It is a huge mug. And I sorted all the rulers, and I discovered that I have too many 6.5-inch rulers. One is still in the wrapper, and it is exactly like another one. I must have bought it in a set, or somebody gave it to me, so now I need to find a friend that needs a 6.5-inch square ruler. Hint, hint, if you need a 6.5-inch square ruler, email me. I will send it to you for free. I only have one. First come, first serve. Just saying. I still need to work on getting little bins of scraps. It's pretty bad when you have to organize the organizers. Just saying. They don't make shows about that. What to do with your extra baskets? Do you put it in a big basket? I don't know. That doesn't work. I've tried that before. You put it in a tote, and then you have to find someplace to put the tote of organizers. I did have a chance this week to make some fantastic little weather blocks. I know you haven't heard much about the weather quilt for a while, but I am still keeping track of the weather until the end of December. And the blocks that I made this time were from May, and woo, are they yellow. Some of them, I hope they are prettier next to their neighbors when I get the month assembled. Right now, I'm not too sure. Some of them are questionable at best, but it'll be all right. I worked this weekend on the murder mystery blocks. These are fantastic. I love this little Grecian, I forget what they called it, but I love the colors that are in this blue edging. Can't wait to see how this quilt is all going to come together, because we're getting close to the end. And the other set of blocks that I made was also a border piece. Looks like big puzzle pieces to me. Like I said, can't wait to see how this is going to turn out. I will share it with you because it's going to be very colorful. And that brings me to, I have an angel from Marion. She decorated this angel within an inch of its life. It has all kinds of bling, and oh, she is a gorgeous angel. And Marion says she is not done. She still needs to put on some sequins. Bring it on, Marion. More bling, the better. Woohoo! And Anne sent some fantastic quilts. Let me read you the description of each quilt as I show it to you. Anne calls this first quilt Scraptacular. It was a quilt along with Sherry from Lessons Learned. The pattern came from American Patchwork and Quilting magazine. I love watching Sherry on Lessons Learned. She's on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's Learnt, L-E-A-R-N-T, Learnt. This quilt from Anne is called String Bean from Pat Sloan. She redrafted the blocks so that they are half the size of Pat's original quilt. I love the use of strips and then small blocks in this quilt. This third quilt from Anne is a jelly roll pattern from someone on YouTube, but she couldn't remember who. This is the treatment I plan to do with the alphabets for my granddaughter. Anne says she got this idea from a magazine, but couldn't remember where. I've seen this pattern around too. I love this treatment for using 2.5-inch strips and squares. I think it would look great in any color as the main color. I love the bright happy fabric in this last rail fence one. Anne says it is Maureen McCormick fabric. You know, Marcia Brady. And that just looks like Marcia Brady fabric. Thank you, Anne and Marion, for all of the eye candy. I hope that you enjoyed our little blab for today. I will see you on Monday for Upskill Monday. We will be decorating with buttons from Grandma's Button Box. And maybe I'll have a chance to talk a little bit about my grandma. She was not world's greatest quilter, but I love my grandma. She taught me lots of lessons. Most of them had to, a lot of them had to do with the button box. And then on Wednesday, we will finish up the patriotic quilt. And on Friday, we will be talking about my surprise sew-along, a study in Scarlet, based on the book by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you back next week for a busy week. Have a great one.